Well, the election is over and the voters have spoken. And yes, we have a new president-elect of the United States. And also here locally, we have new mayors, city council, and school board members. It's Stay the Water. I'm your host, Dr. Eric LaVille, and you're joining us for After the Election Talks. Welcome back. It's Stay the Water. I'm your host, Dr. Eric LaVille. Thank you for joining us as you always do, as we're enjoying this beautiful Sunday here. And as we broadcast from none other than the campus of the Norfolk State University, home of the Spartan Nation, from none other than WNSB Hot 91, the soul of VA. Well, election season is over and we have our representatives. From the White House all the way down to our school board locally, we have our representatives that are going to speak for us, represent us, and work to pass laws for us. But our job's not done, because that means it's time for us as citizens to get involved. Before we continue, we're going to break this election down, because all election series for the last several months, we've talked to elected officials, we've talked to candidates, we've talked to community organizers, we've talked to political strategists, and we've done the talk, and it was all leading up to getting the vote out and having the election. Well, the election is over, and we have who we have. Now it's time to govern and hold our representatives accountable. But before I continue, I would like to offer our prayers to U.S. Congressman Gerry Connolly, who represents the Commonwealth of Virginia and Northern Virginia. He announced that he was diagnosed with esophageal cancer right after the election. So we want to make sure that we keep the U.S. Congressman in our prayers and thoughts as he goes through his cancer treatment, and also pray for his family and the citizens of that district in which he represents, and also the Commonwealth and our House of Representatives. So again, our thoughts and prayers go out to Congressman Gerry Connolly, who represents Commonwealth of Virginia in Northern Virginia, one of our U.S. congressmen, for his diagnosis and upcoming treatment for cancer. So let's get into these election results. Now, as we've been talking, and we had a historic presidential election, not only did we have the oldest person running for office and also the oldest president, which we ended up having the oldest person running for office, and then the first black female to run for president actually received the nomination. And with that, we got our result, and we now have President-elect Donald J. Trump. He will serve as our 47th president of the United States, along with J.D. Vance as his vice president. With that being the case, I know that when you look at the Electoral College map, when you look at the country, the Electoral College map, especially in battleground states, were very close. But then it became a landslide of Electoral College and battleground states, even though the vote in those states were very close. So when you look at how the former president won re-election, many would say it was an absolute referendum and landslide. In effect, it was a landslide because he won most of the states, and he, of course, received the majority of popular votes. However, when you take a look at the closest of those votes, we find that the country is still split down the middle. And we're going to delve into, in the second half hour, some of the reasons why the former president won re-election, some of the reasons why the current vice president lost the election, and the breakdown of voters, how they voted, some of their attitudes toward voting, issues that were important to them, and the like. Now, many of you know that in this local area here in Hampton Roads region, I'm very fortunate enough to have the opportunity to give my voice and opinion and analysis and commentary to these very important events. Election season, I was very busy. For the first time ever, I was able to work and requested to work all three of our network stations, and also two of our major radio stations here at WNSB, Hot 91 Solar VA, WHRV, our NPR affiliate, WHRO, and also our news stations, WTKR, our CBS affiliate, Wavy, our NBC Fox affiliate, and then also WVEC, our ABC affiliate. And because people were hungry. People were hungry for information. They were hungry to understand why the election went the way it went. And what do we do now moving forward, and what to expect in this presidential administration as it relates to the second term for now President-elect Donald Trump. But we're going to get into that last, because the second half of the show. But what I want to do is get into our local elections first, because Again, all politics is local. Now, as you know, here at Norfolk State University, we hosted a town hall for local officials. This was put on by the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and the Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated chapters here at the university and alumni/graduate chapters. And I was asked to be, and I was fortunate enough and asked to be moderate this very important town hall representing, the fraternity of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. And with that, we had all of the candidates, definitely the vast majority, but all the offices for reelection here. And we had the candidates here, and they talked about their platforms and the like. It was a great, great opportunity to hear their platforms and the like. And with that, we now have new mayors, new city council persons, and also new school board members. So I want to run down the list of individuals that are now our mayors-elect, city councilman, and school board-elect. In the city of Norfolk, Mayor Kenny Alexander won re-election by almost 60% of the vote. As a matter of fact, he received 59.87% over 45,000 votes, right at 46,000. And the closest person to him was Tommy Lehman Jr., or at 25,000, almost 26,000 votes at 34%. And Gio Domo received a little under 7% of the vote, almost 5,000 votes. So Mayor Kenneth Alexander will be serving again as our mayor here in the city of Norfolk. Mayor Alexander is no stranger to Norfolk State. He's no stranger to politics. He's no stranger to really the community here in Norfolk. And what he's done, the voters thought that he's done an exceptional job. And they brought him back overwhelmingly to serve as their next mayor. So congratulations to Mayor Kenneth Alexander for being mayor, for being elected mayor again of this great city of Norfolk. Also, we had a few city council seats available up for grabs. In Super Ward 6, Jeremy McGee wins the election over Jeremy Mason. And if you know, Jeremy Mason was on the show before, and Jeremy McGee both actually showed up to the town hall. Also, for Super Ward 7, Carlos Clanton won election over Philip Hawkins, Rodney Jordan, Christine Smith, and Leon Judge. Now, let me let you know how close this race was. Now, this was the most contested city council race in the city of Norfolk, Super Ward 7. And let's break it down. There are 5 people running for election. In these 5 persons running for election, Carlos Clanton received 7,911 votes. Philip Hawkins received 7,824 votes. Okay? And if you're saying that your vote don't matter, look at this election. Look at how close it was as it relates to what it took to win this seat. This seat was separated by it was actually 87 votes. 87 votes. When you say your vote doesn't matter, look at this election. In third place, it was it was a little bit over 400 votes. 403 votes, actually 402 votes. If you say your votes don't count, remember Super Ward 7. So congratulations to Carlos Clanton for winning the election for Super Ward 7. Also, member of the school board, Sarah DeClargero actually won Super Ward 6 as a member of the school board here in the city of Norfolk. And also Super Ward 7, Elfrida Thomas wins election over Ronald White. So the city of Norfolk has their representatives. They have their new mayor and the new members of the court of the city council and also school board. In the city of Poquoson, which of course is right on the other side of what we call the peninsula of Hampton Roads, David Hucks is the new mayor of the city of Poquoson. And again, that race was decided by less than 700 votes. And in the city of Portsmouth, this is another city that had a very highly contested mayoral race. A lot of money went into this race. And when you take a look at the numbers and how they broke down, Shannon Glover, NSU alum, was reelected as governor of the city of Portsmouth. Shannon Glover received 50.12% of the vote, and Lucas Burke received the current vice mayor 40.79% of the vote. And Harold Carruthers received right at a little bit under 10%, right at 9.10% of the total vote. Again, this was a highly contested race, a lot of campaign ads going forth, a lot of money put forth, and Shannon Glover came out on top for his first reelection to the mayor seat in the city of Portsmouth. We have also the City Council of Portsmouth. We had Edmonds Thomas, Kitty Bryant, and Bill Dodson Jr. all winning election for the City Council in the city of Portsmouth. We also had, of course, others that were on the ballot, but those are your top three vote getters, individuals that won election for those seats. In addition to that, for the members of the school board in the city of Portsmouth, Letitia Simmons, Jackie Walker, Clue Atkinson, Irene Boone, and Love McSwain are members of the now school board in the city of Portsmouth. In the city of Suffolk, again, a very close race. Mike Duman wins re-election for the mayor for the city of Suffolk, beating Clint Jenkins, who came in second, and David Blossman. Clint Jenkins is a state delegate, and ran an extremely close race in this election. Again, when we say your vote doesn't matter, don't just look at Super Ward 6 for the city of Norfolk and the city council, but take a look at what happened in Suffolk. Take a look at what happened. This race was separated by 68 votes. 68 votes. Again, if you say your vote doesn't matter, look at the mayoral race in the city of Suffolk. Again, 68 votes. Absolutely amazing when you look at how close this race was. For the sheriff in the city of Virginia Beach, Rocky Holcomb III, wins re-election handily over his challenger, receiving over 130,000 votes, and right at 73%. And the mayor for the city of Virginia Beach, Bobby Dyer, wins re-election as well, beating his closest contender, Sabrina Wooten, who currently serves on city council. Bobby Dyer received 80,000 votes, and Sabrina Wooten a little bit less than, right at 61,500 votes. So congratulations to Bobby Dyer for winning re-election. In addition to that, members of the school board for Virginia Beach, Sharon Felton. Sharon Felton wins election for school board over Monty Ashleman Jr. Sharon Felton received over 109,000 votes. Congratulations to her for winning election at member-at-large for the school board in Virginia Beach. In addition to that, in Virginia Beach, we also have in District 1 City Council, Hutch Hutchinson wins election there. And also in District 3, Michael Bellucci wins the City Council seat in District 3. And in District 5, Rose Mary Wilson. And in District 7, Cash Jackson Green Jr. And in District 8, Stacy Cummings Jr. wins election for the City Council. So congratulations to all the members of the City Council and also the new mayor in the city of Virginia Beach. Also, for the school board in Virginia Beach, Rose Dyer wins election. Alvetta Green wins election as well for the school board, and also Melinda Rogers and Matt Cummings for the school board in Virginia Beach. So once again, congratulations to everyone for your election to the school board, your election to the city council, and to our new mayors here in the Southampton Roads area. Congratulations to you all. Also, I'd like to congratulate Jimmy Gray for being the new mayor of the city of Hampton as well. So congratulations to everyone. Again, when we talk about politics, all politics is local. And these local officials make a huge difference because they're creating the policies and the laws that are going to, for you, dictate and determine how we not just educate our children, but the things that we actually do, across the board as it relates to policies and laws. I want to get into one other race, as a matter of fact. Going back to the city of Hampton again, Jimmy Gray, congratulations on becoming mayor. The City Council of Hampton, Hope Harper, Randy Bowman Sr., and Carolyn Campbell, congratulations to you. And the special election for City Council, Michelle Taylor Farabee also won that particular race. School board, Tina Banks Gray, Stephanie Jackson, Afoja, Ann Stevens Cherry, and Reginald Woodhouse. Reverend Woodhouse, congratulations, my friend, on being reelected again to the school board there in your fair city. But I want to get into the city of Chesapeake, and this is the last city I'm going to look at here in Hampton Roads. The city of Chesapeake, again, another very contentious race for mayor, saw Rick West be reelected as mayor of Chesapeake over Don Carey III. Rick West received over 66,700 votes. Don Carey received over 52,200 votes. This is very important because when you look at the city of Chesapeake and what took place, legal challenges to the challenger Don Carey as it relates to how he should have, or they thought he should have resigned his seat for city council before running for mayor. But of course, he won that case. Don Carey, NSU alum, former retired NFL player. He's been on the show several times. And this is something that was very contentious in the city of Chesapeake. But it ended up that the citizens decided to reelect Rick West as their mayor. So again, we're looking at about 14,500 votes. Actually, exactly 14,500 votes that separated this particular race. So again, once again, they have their representatives in a new mayor in the city of Chesapeake and across Hampton Roads. And also to the members of the new Chesapeake City Council, Debbie Ritter, Les Smith Jr., and Pat King. Congratulations. And for the school board in Chesapeake, Angie Swigert, Norman Poole, Malia Huddle, and Elijah Colon. Congratulations to you all, again, for your election to your city council, school board, and to the office of mayor. Once again, your vote matters. Your vote matters. No matter how, you think, you'd say, hey, they're going to do what they want to do, and I don't need to vote. 68 votes separated the mayor of Suffolk, 87 votes when you take a look at the other race as relates to city council in Norfolk. These are very, very close margins, very close margins. Your vote matters, and you should vote your conscience, but make sure you get out and vote. Never, ever take voting for granted. As a matter of fact, we're going to get into now the presidential election and break down why things happen, because you're listening to Stay the Water. I'm your host, Dr. Eric LaVille, and today we're breaking down after the election analysis. We're looking at the local races and also our national races and looking at what took place in the presidential election. Everyone believed that they had a strong chance of having a historic new president, first woman president and first black woman president, first graduate HBCU president. But the day after the election, they saw those hopes and dreams dwindle and become eliminated after President Donald Trump was announced as president-elect at 1:30 a.m. the day after the election. And with that being the case, it shows that there is a message that's sweeping across the country. There's a message that's there. There's a message in which people are saying they're grabbing a hold to and saying this is a message that we're looking at and we're holding to, and that we believe that this person, Donald J. Trump, our new president-elect, is the person to lead us in the direction that we want to go. Again, not an absolute majority, but the slight majority of America, split down the middle, believe in going this way. So I want to give also a congratulations to Don Davis in North Carolina, and also Attorney General Stein, Governor-elect Stein, for their winning their election in North Carolina. Very contentious. And we're going to talk about Don Davis as well, Congressman Davis out of North Carolina, because it goes into the narrative of the greater message in the United States. And also, again, Attorney General Stein, now Governor-elect, where North Carolina voted for a Republican far-right candidate for president, but they elected a Democratic leader for their state. Again, the dynamics in politics, but it shows that voters go to the polls and vote their conscience. So I want to give, again, congratulations to Jennifer McClellan for winning re-election as the U.S. Congresswoman in the 4th District, which the major seat of that is Richmond. but it also comes down here to Southampton Roads as well. So, again, congratulations to Jennifer McClellan. Also, congratulations to the dean of the congressional delegation, our good friend, my good friend, and our U.S. Congressman for Norfolk State University, Bobby Scott, for winning re-election handily again with 70% of the vote, over 209,000, right at 210,000 votes. And his challenger, John Sicker, only received a little less than 90,000 votes. Actually, 90,385 votes. So congratulations as well. Congratulations to Jen Kiggins for winning a highly contested race, winning re-election over Missy Cotter Smazel. Total votes, she received 200,000 votes, and Missy Cotter Smazel received 183,000. So she won re-election with 51.07% to Missy Cotter's 46.74%. Also to Rob Whitman, winning re-election. Lisa Mehta was a formidable challenger, but Rob Whitman won re-election with 56.74%, receiving over 266,000 votes. And also to Tim Kaine, Senator Tim Kaine, winning re-election again. Again, he's never lost a statewide election with over 2.3 million votes. Challenger received 1.9 million, so he received 54% of the votes. With that being the case, this is absolutely amazing because this shows that our senators, both two former governors, continue to represent the people of the Commonwealth, and the Commonwealth continues to reelect them. So that shows that they're doing a phenomenal job. And again, we held that only live U.S. Senate debate here at Norfolk State University, which was our second debate that we held, the first in 2020 with Mark Warner. So let's get into the big fish of the election. And we're talking none other than the presidential election. Donald J. Trump is the new president-elect. He will be the 47th president of the United States, winning 50.73%. And this is right now, of course, all of as of today, all of the numbers are not in, so this is 83% reporting. However, he's received enough electoral college votes. There's no way that they can catch up. So when we look at the electoral college, right now, currently, President-elect Donald Trump has 295 electoral college votes. That's 295. And Vice President Harris has 226. With that being the case, right now, when you take a look at the two states that are up for grabs, which again are inconsequential right now because he has the 270 easily, that's Arizona and Nevada, which are leaning. Right now, they are leaning Republican, and it's more likely he'll win those states as well. So it's very likely that President-elect Trump will win both Arizona and Nevada, and you could tack on another 15 to that 295, and he would have 310 electoral college votes. Now, let's take a look at the larger map, because when we take a look at the blue wall, it was talked a lot about how Vice President Harris only had a narrow way to victory, and that was through the blue wall. Well, for her to have won, she had to get the blue wall. However, it shows that the blue wall did not come for her. She lost Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, and basically after she lost those three states, she had nothing else. Those were swept by President-elect Trump. As a matter of fact, the only three states that she won, that she needed to win, was Minnesota, Illinois, and Virginia, of course. But outside from Maine down to Virginia, excluding Pennsylvania, Minnesota, Illinois, and then Washington, Oregon, California, Colorado, New Mexico, and Hawaii, that was it. Those are all the states that voted to have Vice President Harris as the next president. That was it. Now, of course, is what we call Monday morning quarterbacking. And they're saying, why did this take place? What happened? Even with all of the indictments, all of the things that he did and said during his presidency, again, Sharpie Gate, injecting bleach into the lungs of people to cure COVID, all the things all the cases he's currently have against him. And we're going to talk about this later on in shows, State of Water, the current indictments, the sentencing coming up in December and how that's going to work with him being inaugurated in January and the like. All of these things are still up in the air, and it's new water, it's new ground for us. But even with all of the statements made leading up to the election, guns trained on the face of Liz Cheney and the statement about Puerto Ricans and things of that nature, even with all that, the voters decided to ignore the messenger and go with the message. And they elected Donald J. Trump as their next president. So what was the message? What was the message? I've stated on other stations, given analysis, the message was a populist message. Because you look at the voters that broke for him, it spoke to what's called the forgotten voters, and also to others believe, including myself, the hearts and the minds of those that believe that the country is becoming too black, too brown, too progressive, and that white people are losing their status in the country. There's been much written about this, so I'm not espousing anything of an opinion, but these are from exit polls. These are opinions. These are research numbers and interpretation that's coming back from the analysis of exit polls to show this. Why is that the case? The message of economics, the economy, immigration, immigrants coming across the border, taking our jobs, making our communities less safe. All these things were part of the message that was espoused the last month, commercial after commercial after commercial after commercial after commercial, running. And it stoked fear into the voters. And it told them that, hey, we got to take our country back. And he said, but I'll fix it all. I'll make our country great again. Some believe that those were racist tropes and dog whistles back from the Southern strategy, including myself, because that message actually started back then. But this spoke to the people, and many people that never voted before, white Americans like Danica Patrick, the race car driver, who held a rally and moderated a symposium for J.D. Vance in North Carolina, said, I've never voted before in my life, but I'm going to vote now. A multimillionaire, white female in the country, said, I'm going to vote for him because this is important, the most important election in their lives. When you look at the demographics and the numbers, it showed that Donald Trump won a new voting demographic of 18 to 29-year-old males who voted for the first time mostly. These are individuals who are blue collar, individuals who are unemployed, individuals who may be in college first year, or individuals who actually work but are non-union workers, individuals who are in the military. This is the group that he won. Now, not all of them, but the majority of these individuals broke for him. Secondly, Latinos broke for President-elect Donald Trump more so than the vice president. And then lastly, the demographic that the Democrats thought they needed to win broke for President-elect Donald Trump, and that's white women. White women voted overwhelmingly for the third presidential cycle in a row for President-elect Donald Trump. They voted for him when he ran against Hillary Clinton. They voted for him when he ran against Joe Biden, and they voted for him again when he ran against Vice President Harris. So what is it going to take for a woman to crack that glass ceiling? What is it going to take for America to start looking at America as inclusive and not divisive? Well, we don't know, but we're going to delve into it and talk about it more in upcoming shows. But one thing we know is true. We woke up this morning with breath in our bodies. We woke up this morning with good health and in our right mind. And we woke up this morning in our country, our great country, the United States of America, because our democracy works. So it's time for us to get involved. It's time for us to ensure that our voices matter. It's time to hold our representatives accountable. And it's time for us to continue to be kind, be courteous to our neighbors, and ensure that our country remains a beacon of light for years to come. This has been Stay the Water. I'm your host, Dr. Eric LaVille. Join us next week as we continue to break down this election and what happens in the first 100 days. Until next time, be good, be great, God bless, and we'll see you next week.
Hi, I'm Kerry Washington, and you're listening to State of the Water with award-winning host Dr. Eric LaVille.